As it was in the days of Noah, so will it be at the coming of the Son of Man. Natasha sent me this video from this Life Travel Word channel. He talks about the Old Norse gods of mythology, so-called, and their home or realm, which is Asgard. Asgardia is named for Asgard. Asgardia is an actual space nation formed in real life, sort of, if you can call it that, in 2016 by a bloodline elite, Igor Asher Belly. Much more on him later. I knew about Asgardia before because it was covered very well by the Truth is Stranger Than Fiction channel, but it fell off my radar and I didn't look deep into it back then, but now I have. I'm going to link a couple of Truth is Stranger Than Fiction videos about this in my description box, but watch those because he covers how Asgardia is affiliated with NASA, the International Space Station, the United Nations, and related organizations, and Asgardia's focus on space colonization as it relates to global citizenship, and all the things that we're seeing now as part of the beast system. This is from his video. He also talks about the logo on Asgardia's satellite imagery being derived from the flower of life, one of the most ancient symbols in the Mystery Babylon system. And it even has the Eye of Horus on it. And this is it. Flower of Life, Eye of Horus. This is a photo of the launch of the Asgardia 1 satellite, which happened in 2017. And it says the operator is the Space Kingdom of Asgardia. Asgardia, the space nation, is a virtual nation. They refer to themselves as Asgardians. The citizens do. And as of 2016, there were 375,000 Asgardians, which is a rather large cult. They have declared sovereignty over space occupied by and contained within Asgardia 1. They have a constitution and a flag. They have a parliament and a currency. They intend to access outer space free of control of existing nations and establish a permanent settlement on the moon by 2043. This is their flag. They hold ritual ceremonial events, and they have a theme song, which you can see in the Truth is Stranger Than Fiction videos, where they have children involved in singing their anthem, and it's quite elaborate, religious and serious and official and expensively done. Anyway, I want to talk about Asgard in Norse mythology, where they take their name from, and also talk about the founder, Igor Asher Belly, who's from a bloodline noble family, because the bloodliners always take their genealogy back to these old Nephilim gods, which I talk a lot about on this channel. And this is an excellent example of that, Asgardia, and also what they're doing with that and what they intend to do, as in these days of Noah that we are returning to apparently. So Asgard in Norse mythology is the dwelling place or realm of Aesir, A-I-S-E-R, which are the pagan gods, Aesirs are, of German paganism in Norse mythology so-called. So Asgard is Old Norse for enclosure of the Aesir, spelled with the A attached to the E like Grimes does with her baby names. So Aesir are pagan gods. The etymology of the word Aesir is Germanic, but it's taken all the way back to Sanskrit and Gothic as well. The etymology of Asgard is from Indo-European roots. Ansu, A-N-S-U, means spirit or demon. So this is the makeup of the etymology of Asgard, Ansu, A-N-S-U, meaning spirit or demon. And the cognative Ansu is Ahura, Ahura, or Ashura, Asura, which is Persian or Iranian in origin, which is important to what I will be talking about. So Persian for spirit or demon god, remember that. And Ahur is the cognate of garden. So these are the etymology root words making up the word Asgard. So the meaning of Asgard is essentially Garden of the Gods, or Garden of the ancient Iranian spirit gods, if you want to put it that way. So Asgardia, the space nation, is apparently the space garden of the gods. You may remember Ahura Mazda from Iranian Zoroastrianism, one of the world's oldest organized religions. Zoroastrians exalt an uncreated and benevolent deity of wisdom, commonly referred to as Ahura Mazda, as the universe's supreme being, the sky god, or the space god, you could say. Freddie Mercury of Queen, Knight of the Crown, was a Zoroastrian. So this is Ahura Mazda, a relief found in Iran, and he's the ring lord of the sky. Here he is presenting the ring of kingship, the divine right of kingship, to Ardashir, king of Persia. So Ahura Mazda is here, and this is Ardashir on the left. So he's a ring lord, just like our Igor Asher Bailey, the founder of Asgardia, wants to be, based on his bloodline and his space nation. Igor Asher Bailey is a billionaire technocrat. You can learn more about his companies from the Truth is Stranger Than Fiction video. But he has a PhD in engineering and computer science. He formed a large company and then a holding company with over 10,000 employees. He had special consultative status with the UN Economic and Social Council, and he was awarded the Russian Federation Prize in Science and Technology of 2009 and the UNESCO Medal for contributions to the development of nanoscience and nanotechnologies in 2016. So he's still being honored by the powers that run the government, and he would be, because he's from a noble family, which I'm going to cover. Asgardia intends to launch a series of satellites into Earth's orbit. Going forward, Asgardia team hopes to create habitable platforms in low Earth orbits, which were also where the International Space Station is located. But I want to talk about the nobility of Igor Asher Bailey, and the links to Ahura Mazda of Zoroastrianism. We talked about this earlier as it relates to Asgardia. So he's from a noble family who surely took their name from Asher, or Acer, A-I-S-E-R, meaning God. Because remember, that's Persian. And also, they always like to trace their bloodline back to the gods, which Gary Wayne covers and I also cover on this channel. And since Ahura Mazda was the sky god, that would fit into why these Asher Bellies would have that name. And Igor Asher Bailey would want to create his own space nation in the sky named after Asgard, the realm of Acer, of the gods. Igor Asher Bailey, his nationality is listed as Azerbaijani, which is Turkish, so Persian. His nationality is also listed as Russian and also Asgardian, of course. So he is a descendant of this Azerbaijani noble family called Asher Bayov. Here are some of the nobility of that family. Persian nobility. They list out some of the people, including our Igor Asher Bailey. This is the Khan bloodline. They originated with Ashur Khan. Ashur Khan was the governor of Tabriz and then vicar of Iranian Azerbaijan. But our Igor Ashur Bailey, it says here, that was former director of Almaz Antey, a Russian state-owned company in the arms industry, unifying some of the national military enterprises, in particular, the developers of anti-aircraft defense and cruise missile systems. The organization is headquartered in Moscow, and it's the world's 8th largest defense contractor, measured by 2017 defense revenues. In 2017, Almaz Antey had an arms sales of $9.125 billion. This is a little bit about that company, corporation. So, this is another symbol for Asgardia. As it was in the days of Noah, so will it be in the coming of the Son of Man. Thanks for listening.